Hello everyone! Welcome to the Chaotic Wholesome Talk Show. We are experimenting with new things, learning new technologies. Thank you to, I don't even remember the name of this right now, Pixel Chat for our new captions. We are attempting this to see how it looks. Thank you to our very special guest today, Saucefire TV. We got another follow! Thank you, Bossosaurus Rex. So welcome. We are going to have a hecking chaotic time today. I can feel it. This is a lineup right here. So let's start off with my incredible co-host here, David. Tell us who you are. Welcome, Underdog Egg. David, tell us who you are and what the heck we are doing here.
Hi. I'm David Lee. I am the co-host with Kay of the Chaotic Wholesome Talk Show, I can word, where we talk about tabletop stuff, including how to be a better GM, how to be a better player, hot takes, other things that we find interesting, relevant, or topical, with a focus and a mind for intersectionality and making a place where everyone can play, not just, a very slim minority of people.
And I am Kay. I work in video games by day. I do nerdy TTRPG stuff by night and on the weekends. You can find me here with David every Tuesday doing this. You can find me every other Wednesday on the Emergency Power Podcast. And you can find me coming up on Sunday the 14th. I'm going to be on Tales from the Tavern over on Gamer Mom Luna's channel, talking about the Emergency Power Podcast. And, oh look! Saucefire, we're going to have to decide if we're going to tell your new name here. Your new screen name.
My new name?
Yes, your new screen name.
Apparently, I don't know if I'm Dorkfire or XX Boner Lord 420 XX.
Well, you definitely named yourself one of those. Actually, named yourself both of those. So which do you prefer?
Well, just to add to my air of mystery, I'm a man of many names.
This is fair.
Boner Lord 420.
Boner Lord is a powerful...
Dorkfire. Some people call me Saucefire. Some people call me Grey. And I want to welcome everyone to GREYotic Wholesome, the very first episode, with my
We have been taken
guest.
over. It was a hostile takeover.
Yeah.
I have already been scolded that Grey's box is not large enough. So Grey, since you're taking over, tell us about the GREYotic Wholesome Talk Show. Tell us who you are, and what we're in store for.
Well, we're today for GREYotic Wholesome. The topics we're going to cover: charity games, improv D&D, the unstoppable powerhouse that is Mercy Road, and this year's Mercy Road 3, the Yule Tree Caper. Maybe we'll do a little preview of Mercy Road 4 and what we have in store, because,
I hear rumor that there is a number in place of a letter.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was briefly a number in place of a letter in Mercy Road 3, and it looks terrible, but in fact, I have it planned for all the way up to Mercy Road 22. But no, also we might be talking about Waterdeep Tails.
Yes.
But enough about all of my accomplishments, which are numerous. I'm going to hand it off to our special guest, Kay Purcell.
I am so honored. So,
oh, you're welcome.
Chat,
you should be.
You're already blowing it up. Y'all are amazing. Sauce certainly brings all the milkshakes and apparently people that accompany milkshakes. Everyone, as always, if our audio is not great, please let me know. We are constantly adjusting and I'm watching it, but chat, you know best. I did a little test record before we went live, but if something sounds bad, let us know. I will do my best to fix it. We appreciate y'all so much for hanging out, chat. We have kind of a set of questions that we plan to fire at our host, Grey. However, chat, if you have questions, if you have topics, so let's get that started, because I feel like most people here do know what this is, since I, as a very special guest, did humbly star in the last one. Humble brag, tell us what Mercy Road is.
Well, Mercy Road is a 24-hour Dungeons & Dragons marathon supporting Child's Play charity. They are a charity that provide toys and games for children in over 200 hospitals and domestic violence shelters around the world. The caveat is I DM the entire thing for the entire 24 hours. We have finished 3 years of Mercy Road. We are going to be... The secret Mercy Road strike team is going to be reconvening this September. We've raised over $16,000 in our 3 years, so a little bit of cash. That's a lot of Nintendo Switches.
A couple, at least.
Yeah, and we have a
on the
rotating
scarcity.
cast, including once our good friend and occasional contributor to the GREYotic Wholesome podcast, Kay Purcell, where you just raised havoc by the power of the moon.
I just wanted to put on a good show for charity. That's all.
It's for the children.
Can't blame someone for trying. And in case you don't know, one of the best reasons to volunteer your time for Mercy Road, if you are a TTRPG performer, is that Sauce is very generous with handing out magical items. And if your character is given a magical item in Mercy Road, they are allowed to take it into any other game that they're in.
Any other game.
Game.
If your DM does not let you, it's because they hate children. Specifically children in hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
You can even say that if you don't allow them to take the items into your game with you, Child's Play might go into hospitals and take those toys and games back.
Mm-hmm.
Very possible. I think one of my crowning achievements was somebody told me, my DM let me take the mech you gave me, the giant robot. And the, what was it? Baby dinosaur. So, that was...
so much joy in watching David's face journeys.
Because my thought was, I will personally go into a children's hospital and snatch the controller out of the sickest kid's hand. If you do not... And I was just like, wait, no, this is terrible. Why are you thinking this? Why are you like this?
This is what you've on. This is why you should vet your guests before you let them on.
Oh, trust me, we vetted them. No, wait, you vetted me.
Well, I'm just working with what previous management. They left a. It was a disaster.
I don't need a pasta wishing bowl. I have the holy strainer of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. It has good Flying Spaghetti Monster vibes. It is canon because of this one.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna pick that up after that little dig I did and be like, you're really straining our relationship.
Also,
good night, everybody.
you just have it there, like it's in your yeah. Okay.
Look,
Okay.
I need
what do I have on hand? We're doing prop
I need
comedy
you all
now.
to understand that like I am prepared for whatever is coming.
I just have a little piggy bank. Because it's big and it's full of money. It's a piggy bank. Anyways.
Okay, so Mercy Road.
Mercy Road. What would you like to know about it? There is.
I would like to invite you to
rich
humble
history.
brag.
Yes.
Because, not only have you raised a metric shit ton, I think is the correct amount of money for charity.
Yep.
You got a heckin' trophy. Didn't you get multiple heckin' trophies?
We do have a heckin' trophy. I can go get it. It is in my living room. Because I do love showing it off. But there is another trophy in transit as we speak.
Ah.
When it'll get here, I don't know. They didn't send me tracking information. But someday I will open up a package, and if it's not full of bees, it might be full of trophies.
Note to self: send Sauce bees.
Yeah, please, if you have my address, send me bees.
Can do.
You will have to get very hardy bees, because I've been told that the Canadian Post only delivers via moose, and sometimes they can be slow-moving.
Well, that's unbelievable. Anyways, I could wax on and on about bees, but instead, yes, as Telp the Scott points out, 2-time award-winning DM.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a bit of buzz for you.
Yeah.
Why am I?
I'm so
why are
happy.
you enabling this?
I have been looking forward to this. For when did we schedule this? Like a month and a half ago. I'm like these two.
Yeah, I scheduled this about a month ago.
You're right. My bad. I need to stop taking credit for other people's achievements.
That's just
that last pun did sting. You're right. That
being said, we do have an award. We have a second award coming. This year, I'm really glad to hear that. When I get an award, it is amazingly well deserved. And if anything, probably undervalues all of the work I've done. Really, there should be a parade. I'm kidding. This is part of my self-obsessed internet troll persona. This year, I'm really glad Child's Play is also going to be recognizing all the people who work behind the scenes: John Copy Robot, Asteris, Elisan, D2 The Rock. And our good friend the Nothing Maker, who, if you are not aware, is doing also all the art for Waterdeep Tails. But yeah, they're being recognized too, which is...
That's amazing. And that actually is kind of one of the points I would like to bring up about charity games, because David and I have pulled together a couple... I just hit my microphone. I'm sorry if that was loud, chat. New mic. Getting readjusted.
Here, I'll tap my mic just so...
Okay.
You don't feel quite as awkward.
So David and I have pulled together a couple charity games, one-shots, not quite a 24-hour stream, but I think a lot of people, especially when they are preparing for a charity game, underestimate the amount of time and work that a successful charity stream can take. And you really have an amazing team that backs you up. Tell us about how you go about it, tips. I mean, we don't have to go super deep into tips and tricks, but like, what have you learned most? What do you most want people to know about the challenges, the rewards of putting together a charity game?
All right, your very first challenge is get used to hearing no.
Or no reply.
Or no reply. Get used to hearing that and don't take it personally. If you're asking companies, if you're asking individuals to volunteer time, resources, whatever, there is a very good chance they just... I mean, some of these people are stretched very thin. Some of these people are booked months in advance. So if you come in here and be like, "Hey, I'm doing a game, which sure would be swell if you..." No, they're a lot of the time they're gonna say no. The second thing you need to kind of prepare yourself is to try not to be too surprised if they say yes, because that is another thing I've kind of... It's still bewildering to me that people want to work with me, but when they do, be very, very appreciative. But not too appreciative. Try to play it cool. Second thing is, this is something I'm still getting used to. You need to give your, if you're getting people to do graphic design work for you, give them as much, lead time as you possibly can. Because they will appreciate it. If you come in 1 week and just be like, "My game's in a week, can you make me an entire ad campaign?"
Yeah.
Unless they're John Coffey robot, they're not going to be able to do that.
There was a great one that was like, they send in an art request. It's gonna take time. It's a rough job. It's gonna take money.
I have been so incredibly lucky that I have had talented people willing to volunteer their time and skill. This is time they could be like picking garbage off the side of the road, but instead they're offering to help me, and not just help me, but help me help other people. So yeah, that is the two things I would keep in mind. Try to be self-aware.
Yeah. And we've talked about this before when David and I have talked about pulling together campaigns, be they charity or just like, don't be afraid to ask. It's amazing how often you do hear yes when you just shoot your shot. But also be aware that no one owes you their time. No matter how good your intentions are, no matter how cool your game is, no matter how important your charity is, no one owes you their time.
Yeah, like that is something I'm trying to get used to hearing. Is no, I got ADHD, and one of the if it's not immediately obvious, and one of the little multifacets of this condition is rejection sensitivity disorder. So when I was doing Mercy Road 2 in particular hit me hard, because that was when it was starting to get a little bigger. And when people were saying, no, I'm sorry, I'm booked, I would fall onto my fainting couch and be like, oh, I can't do this! Learn to take that kind of hit, just keep moving. But yeah, it's an odd combination of you're trying to do your best, and you gotta learn how to accept that. Another thing is, like you said, if you gotta shoot your shot. One thing I'm trying to keep in mind is, well, if they say no, I'm exactly where I was before I asked. I haven't lost anything. It's not like these people are gonna... Like, let's say you go ask B. Dave Walters to be in your show, and he says no. He's not gonna then start trashing you on Twitter.
Right. If you're like... The caveat to that, right, is like, if you're kind of a crappy person to start with, which no one in chat, no one in this channel is, right? But like, if you're out there, like, obviously trying to exploit people, and you ask someone with the intention of trying to exploit them to be on your thing, and they look you up and say, this looks exploitative, they might say that, and then you are worse off than you were before, but also you were digging your own grave there, so,
Yeah, the best way to not have anyone air your dirty laundry is to not have dirty laundry in the first place. And when it comes to asking people, definitely, because I tell people in my personal life all the time, the answer is no until you ask the question. Like, you increase your odds from 0% to 50% by asking. So, definitely shoot your shot, because I know when you guys did Thirsty Sword Lesbians, you landed some talent that you did not think that you and Candace were like, well, let's just ask and we'll see.
Yep.
And then there it was.
Yeah, we've got some guests coming on the show that I can't wait to talk about, Sauce included, that were like, yes, come on. And I'm like, really?
Really? Oh, come on. You knew the minute we met. Like, hey, if I get this guy on my show... you know that I would...
I showed up to Mercy Road, like, never having played with Sauce. And I just showed up, painted navy blue with glitter everywhere and horns. And Sauce and I, like, locked eyes through Zoom and were like...
Yes.
Yeah.
And now we could pilot a Jaeger, if necessary.
It really seems that way.
I have no idea what you mean.
And I have interviewed one of the directors of Pacific Rim, so we've got an in if we ever need it.
Yep.
Wait, which Pacific Rim?
The second.
I still saw it in theaters. That... it's gonna show up now. You're gonna be painted navy blue. I'm going to be... They're gonna be like, why is that Jaeger pilot so self-aggrandizing?
David, I've led this conversation a lot. What questions do you have in chat? Feel free to throw them out. It's moving pretty quick, but we're keeping an eye.
Yeah.
So, my question is, as a DM, 24 hours of DMing.
Yes.
Walk us through how you prepare, how you endure, and how you keep track of all that.
I've only been DMing for 3 years. I'm gonna admit that. I've been playing D&D for 20-ish. Oh god. Yes, 20-ish years. But DMing I only started doing right around the time the world felt, caught on fire. When I initially started doing my DM prep, I would do I think I had 11 pages of typed single space pages with oh, this is the backstory for the dwarven airship captain, just in case they ask. And then I realized I was just not using the vast majority of the stuff I was preparing. But the stuff that I was just bullshitting my way through, bull-huckying my way through, was the stuff that would stick with my players.
Here.
Bull-huckying my way through. That was the stuff that was sticking with my players the most. So I'm like, hey, I don't need to prepare nearly as much as I need to. So when it comes to Mercy Road, the first one was 6, 12, 18, 24. Each game was the first Mercy Road, each game was 4 hours, and that was way too long. But I would only have to prepare 6 games. And I started doing the Chris Perkins approach of only doing 1 page of prep, and I found that all I needed was the beginning and the middle, or no, beginning and the end. I didn't need the middle. So what happens there, where it goes from there, I would just kind of freestyle my way through it. So when I came to Mercy Road 2 and Mercy Road 3, I had 8 Word documents, 1 page each, and that was all I needed for a 3-hour game.
David, I can see you wanting to ask about the 1-page prep. I can see it.
Right, because
David stresses over our home games so much.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. Mostly because of the curveballs that my play. So you say, oh, the 10-page backstory for the Dwarven Forge Master didn't end up. The one character that I don't do a 4-page, 5-page log history genealogy of is the character that my players are like, oh no, this person, I'm very interested here. And ooh-wee. And the worst part is I'll be talking about a character and they'll be like, oh yeah, they mentioned a pirate captain in a story from 400 years ago. What was that pirate captain's name? And I'm just like, you're gonna have to wait on that.
See, that's why I think I've been really, really lucky in that I have a few players who keep really, really good notes, and I just admit that. I'm like, do you know the name of that cat? So one time I had this murder mystery. This Dockmaster had been killed, and my players were like, well, let's go talk to his widow, because I made a joke oh, he has a grieving widow. And wouldn't you know, they wanted to meet her, and wouldn't you know, I didn't know anything about her. So I just made up that she was an obsessive cat lady. So they go to her house, and there's paintings dedicated to the cat. The cat's sitting on a silken pillow. One of the players approaches the cat and uses speak with animals, and the cat's like, "Get me out of here!" And if you take that, you can stretch it out. the players can have fun with that. And if they're having fun in their little sandbox, I can, while they're not looking, I'm Googling fantasy name generators to come up with names.
There are a lot of upsides and downsides to playing remote. The biggest upside I have found is being able to do all the at the moment research that I need to do, especially when it comes to like name generators and stuff, without my players seeing me panic. Like if I was there in person, I'd be like, okay, stop, laptop, phone, tablet, go away. I will figure this out.
One of my favorite NPCs from my home game with Stephanie, who was on one of our earliest episodes. She'd made a character was fleshed out, forgot to name it. And we're like, cool, what's your name? And she's like, let me check my name. Hold on. And she's like, she gets all her names from the Furry name generator, because she's like, heck, the fantasy name generator. Furry name generator has great stuff. David's like Googling right now. We ended up my favorite name in the world, and my himbo bard has continued to write letters to this character for over a year now. His name was the Zach. One word, capital T, lowercase e, the Zach or Thezic. And we constantly have debates about what their name is.
No, I just found this Fursona name generator. It's giving me like White Crown Rogue Coat,
it's
Summer
amazing.
Lion Blissmerk.
Yes.
Oh, these are dope.
Yes, please try using the Furry name generator in your games. It is epic.
If you take anything away from the first episode of GREYotic Wholesome, it's that you should become a furry.
I mean,
yes.
Look, I used to work at DeviantArt. Furries are really freaking chill. If you want to join like any niche group on the internet, furries are pretty heckin' great.
Yeah.
Humble pony, bold plume. Y'all can have that one. It's free.
Furries do have a deep well of content, and you can take that in several ways.
You enter the inn. You see a man wearing a dark cloak. Upon his head sits a crown of blades and bone. He reveals his face, sunken in, missing an eye, and he says, "Greetings, my name is Wood Kitten Baggy Smirk." Boom.
Okay. So
I am Doc Kitty Dirty Scream.
So for those
I would
of
get
you...
up from the table, go get something heavy, come back and throw it at you.
For those of you who have not experienced Saucefire's GMing before, it is incredibly brilliant improv. Like, it is just yes-anding turned up to 11. I have dug myself into holes so many times just because I don't stop. And dirty scream.
No, it is just a lot of fun to, if a player comes with a great idea, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, why not?
Well,
that's like, we're doing this now.
You're okay. Number one, Domokame is in the chat, and if you all notice, he now has the artist symbol because Domokame made a couple of my emotes that are amazing, and thank you. 3 minutes and already dead. Ah! Like, you're also very good at, like, picking out things. Because you dealt with me a couple times at this point, but, like, we played a game where I brought in my Himbo Bard, and 2 things always happen to my Himbo Bard. 2 things. He's a nature boy. He is a Disney princess. He is a Himbo Disney princess. He loves animals and nature, and he always gets eaten by animals after he casts Speak with Animals. This has happened multiple times. Mr. Pancakes has joined the conversation.
Mr. Pancakes is his father. This is Sir Pancakes.
Oh, Sir Pancakes, my mistake. Where's Sir Syrup? Or Squire Syrup? Tabaxi necromancer names? Please, we need a comprehensive list of Tabaxi necromancer names.
I mean, it's gonna have to include Dirty Scream.
Definitely. My Himbo Bard, on 3 different occasions, has spoken to an animal and then promptly gotten eaten by said animal. And considers this rude, and so has a really hard time when animals are rude to him. So what does Grey instinctively do?
What does Grey instinctively do?
I cast Speak with Animals because we're shipwrecked on an island, and I'm like, hey, I'd like to ask an animal what's around here. Brings out the meanest little crab that's like, yeah, I'll help you out. Lean down, lean down, lean down, and I'll help you out.
Lean down,
and I'm like,
help you.
I will eat you if you pinch me.
I wouldn't do that. I never do that. No, come down, I'll help you. Just gotta whisper it into your ear.
But I have now put us down the furry hole. I don't want to say down the furry hole. Why did I do this to myself? I realized where that was, like, a little too late in that turn of phrase. But
down that fuzzy hole.
Down that fuzzy hole. I know, and Jess is here just in time to hear furry holes. This is great. Look, I used to work at DeviantArt. Not unfamiliar. Anyhow, let's talk about Waterdeep Tails.
I'm sorry, but I'm still stuck.
Speaking about
on
furry
this
holes.
crab.
That crab was a dick, and he got what he deserved. I didn't even do it.
I figured, like, that's one of the things I try to keep in mind, especially when it comes to speak with animals and speak with plants. Yeah, you can talk with them. That doesn't mean they're gonna help you. I mean, just like if you approach a person on the street and start being like, "Excuse me, sir, where is the king?" There's a good chance they might just tell you to go to hell. And
did you
maybe
see
that philodendron might have it in for you.
There's an amazing TikTok that's going around right now where this guy with like the whole interview is like, this woman's, it's winter, she's like in her heavy coat, she's talking on her cell phone, and he's like, "Excuse me, ma'am, what's it like to be a New York elitist piece of shit?" And holds the mic to her, and she goes, "Feels great." I'm like,
Top notch.
if I cast Speak with Animals, and I'm like, "Excuse me, can you help me?" Go to hell. Oh, okay, fair play. Yeah, okay.
I think I had somebody cast Speak with Animals, and I speak a little bit of French. And they start speaking with the animal, and the animal's just like, "Bonjour! Comment ça va?" And they were just...
If you ever cast Speak with Animals to a skunk in my game, all the skunks officially in my game only speak French. But,
Speak with Animals is David's bane, because I made David be a spider and a horse.
The horse was, pain. So much pain. If I never have to be a horse in a game ever again, it's fine. But no, I'm reading chat because I got distracted by the crab. And Wizard Elmo.
Oh, Spelmo.
How?
Okay, so that was for my show, Baldur's Gate Beach Patrol, which, that was actually the first show I did on Twitch. It was a D&D game where they played members of, basically Baywatch, and in this game, someone had stolen the beach. Entire beach just gone. And this was going to ruin Baldur's Gate's Pyre Festival. So they went to this island where they suspected the beach was located, and they found that Pyre Festival was entirely inhabited by the children of rich people who had, after being cut off from their parents' money, immediately descended into cannibalism. And this was all at the behest of an evil wizard who to talk like this? Elmo knows where you live! And he wanted a giant castle. And wouldn't you know it?
So, I have to know, I know that this happened after Firefest, but I just want it to have happened before Firefest, and you just predicted. Like, I just desperately want this, so I have to ask the question.
Unfortunately, no. It was after I like stealing.
I mean, fair.
I steal from everything.
Nothing makes a player feel more clever than when they get a reference.
Hey, wait a minute.
So, one,
David's got the gamer lean into this conversation now.
the Lord of the Flies occasion of just, I don't know any spoiled rich kids who would know how to cook a person. But
I never said they were cooking the people. They were.
Also, when they stole the beach, what was left in its wake?
A cavernous void with water spilling into it.
Oh, so there's just water just disappearing.
Oh, it was just falling
Out of
into it. Yeah.
That's really bad.
That's why you get called the beach patrol.
I mean,
after that, it was my. This was at the behest of Kate Welch, former D&D designer, DM to the stars, where I messaged her. I'm like, what would be funnier if everything involved the beach, or if nothing involved the beach? And she's just like, nothing should involve the beach. So after that one, I made sure that everything the beach patrol did, none of it happened on the beach. So, in one instance, there was a drowning at a school, and because it happened near water, Beach Patrol had jurisdiction. Another one was the deputy harbor master just didn't have anyone to fill out his wedding party, so he brought the Beach Patrol. Another one, there was an infestation of bark beetles, so all the beach trees were being threatened. So, one of them just happened...
Nope,
Yeah.
continue.
Oh, one of them just happened in the Sea of Tranquility on the moon.
Yes, David, I see you have seen chat. Oh no?
Oh, no.
Was that an unrelated
Oh, no.
heavy sigh? Rex Verde
No.
is an evil genius.
Yeah.
listen,
Correct.
I was told, I was asked about the horse voice, not the skunk voice, because the skunk voice, I will,
This sounds like an excuse to me.
yeah. Well, the other thing is, I don't know any French. All I know is bonjour.
Also that.
And, there was something else I know in French. French
Yeah.
fries, no. Croissant.
Croissant.
That is baguette. Actually, that's what...
Oh, that's not. Croissant is already French.
That's what I'm gonna do. If you speak to a skunk in my game using Talk with Animals, then it's just going to be just not only is the skunk only speaking French, the skunk only speaks in like food terms. So it's like croissant, mayonnaise.
This is the perfect party pet
fromage.
now, because Roxy can tame the skunk. She can speak with animals and speak to the skunk, and then tell Vita what food the skunk is referencing, and Vita will understand what the skunk wants based off the food. For those of you who don't know, Baguette Boy is top tier, no question. For those of you who don't know, we have a character in our home game, played by the amazing Kato, who's going to come on and talk about Constructive Chaos with us at some point. His character is a dwarf who uses 2 short swords, but they do slashing instead of piercing, and he attacks by spinning, and his character's name is Vita Mixur. He's a Vitamix, yes? Question.
Why doesn't he just use scimitars? They're slashing.
Because he's a Vitamix.
Yeah, but no. I understood the reference. But why use short swords that are static? You know what? Never mind. Haha! Vitamix. 10 out of 10.
And the best part is,
Fun
at one
fact.
point he's like, you can call me Mr. Mixur. And I'm like, haha, that's funny. That's a funny name for him. And then like later I'm like, his last name actually is. I forgot that. I say his full name constantly, but I never connect. Okay, continue, David.
Fun fact, other characters, so Kato, giving away Kato's trade secrets, Kato always makes something food related for his characters. And at least 2 of his past characters have been so hilarious that I'm sticking them in as NPCs in future games. You will see them. You will probably see them on this channel. They will be here. Get ready.
David, if you're not doing the skunk, people are demanding the horse.
God, do we... So as Chief Note Taker, do you remember the names of the horses? Because I did name the horses.
The notebook's in the other room.
All right. Kay will get the notebook. I'll get my trophy to show off because I'm
okay.
Bane.
David, you're in charge.
David,
while you
soft shoot for a bit. Can you?
I'm sure you're wondering why I've gathered you all here today. Long ago on a distant... No. So, in our home game, for those of you who have not heard this story before, Kay's paladin, Roxy, is a paladin of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. As... Oh, hey, look at that nifty award. And as a...
I can't hear what anyone's saying.
As a paladin, she had to choose a... I forget what they're called, but like, basically a feature, subclass, etc.
Vow?
And, yeah, a vow. And so...
Oath. It's an oath. I have to take an oath.
Yes. Yeah, and so I go through it, I'm like, okay, out of all of these, Oath of the Ancients fits the best. Now I'm like, here you go, Kay, Oath of the Ancients. Now...
He spends a bunch of time going, like, I know this is going to feel railroady, but, like, I promise that, like, it'll be okay. And I'm like, no, it's cool. He's like, no, I understand it's railroady, but this is the one. I'm like, no, it's cool.
So, one, Sauce. No, and as Sauce will tell you, be careful of the offhand joke statements that you make to your players, because they will take you to... So, they're killing kobolds in a mine quest is like they're the go retrieve candles from the kobolds quest that they're given is go retrieve venom from spiders for reasons. And one of the players asked the quest givers, how are we supposed to get the venom from the spiders? And the quest giver rolls her eyes and says, I don't know, ask them. That was sarcasm. That was also a mistake. Because that simple statement led to the development of a new god, multiple monster tables, an entire new loot table, three storylines that the players have yet to encounter, and a bunch of other shit. And so, half of the party, yeah, you milk the spiders. You just grab them by their...
Yep.
The spinner. No. You grab them by the spinnerets, right? And then the silk comes out. It's like taffy, I think.
Gross.
You brought it up.
I don't want to eat butt taffy. Okay.
Where do you think taffy comes from?
Right. That's like I said. I don't want to eat butt taffy. Anyway, so the running joke is the venom collection is supposed to be a secret, and yet half of the party runs around and asks everyone, hey, do you know how to talk to spiders? Do you speak spider? And I'm slapping my forehead every time they do this because I have to come up with NPCs going, are you out of your mind? What is wrong with you? Why are you like this? And then, it was a foul oath. Oh my god. Pain. And so, we get further, they hit level 3, and I'm looking down Oath of the Ancients, and I see, she could speak with animals. Which circles back to a point that I've made repeatedly, is don't plan around your characters, give your characters opportunities to utilize the skills that they have, but ooh-wee. So, she wakes up from a fever dream and is like, I can speak with spiders.
No,
I
was like, I think I might be able to speak to spiders. And the whole party, except for one, looked at me like I was absolutely bananas.
The other one was just like, yeah, sure, you can speak to spiders.
Yeah, like, great, let's try it. Like, our elf is like...
Yep. Thoroughly, completely worn out.
Yeah. Tyranthesaurus makes it a salient point about all of these chain-smoking tabaxi orphans that are in... Yeah, just another offhand joke that ran away from me. And
Yeah.
became its own thing.
And now you have billions of like ownerless corgis.
Yeah. Ownerless corgis, crime is running rampant. I think one thing that kind of is like that is in one game I had spice goblins, which started off just as spice-loving goblins who owned a little market, to becoming their own race. They're completely separate from regular goblins. They reproduce asexually through budding. They they decide whoever is named the queen becomes the queen. It's a very easily manipulated system, but it kind of became its own thing, and it got to the point where I actually had people asking me to write this up and maybe put it on the DM's Guild just so they can make a Spice Goblin character.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, no, I too know what it's like for your orphans to sort of get away from you and get out of hand.
Our babies just getting away from us, literally.
Right.
I had nothing to do with that. Oh, I literally just got to the point in my notes that says, Vita told the orphans to stab anyone.
And so now there is a rash of cutlery thefts in the town, and a rash of bad men disappearing, or just laying in alleyways with blood coming out of their bodies, and no one knows who's doing it. And for some reason, every orphan in the city has like a kitchen knife on them now. And it sucks because like I had this whole like kids getting kidnapped storyline that was gonna.
Now they're alarmed.
Yeah, so that storyline's over because everyone who tried to snatch a kid in the past several weeks got what was coming to them.
Now there's a rash of stabbings.
Benji and Hadley.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of young homeless chefs in this town.
Oh god, now Vita's gonna have a fighting pit and a restaurant and an orphanage.
Yeah.
The combination, it's all the same place.
No, that is actually the plan.
Yeah. I'll take the number 3, the steak rare with the young doe-eyed orphan.
Fun fact, the whole so again, Kato was the reason that there is a fighting arena in my game. Vita is the reason there is a designer chocolatier with a rival confection company. Yes.
Do the orphans fight in the fighting arena? Are we making them fight?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
No, I'm sure Kato will get to that eventually. But he's like, I want to have a combination dojo culinary academy and a combination arena fight pit restaurant that's fancy. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna figure this out. And he's like, great. And now he's gonna be like, I'm gonna raise the kids to fight and cook.
I'm just like, nothing gets my appetite like blood sport.
Right.
Watching somebody get gored with a trident makes me really just...
Well, and the pits are naked
an
fighting
actual
too.
McDojo. Yeah, which
but I'm a vegetarian.
But David, You made an excuse. I had to find the names of the horses. I found them.
Yes. I'm circling back to that. But also, because they fight exotic animals in the arena, now Kato grabs the exotic animals and cooks the exotic animal the next day. And it's just, look, PETA's going to crawl up my ass, and they're going to be right about it. But
PETA's not
Hadley
right about
and
anything.
Just picturing somebody in the stand being like, I can't wait to try that mouth-watering unicorn after it's done murdering that person, murdering that orphan.
Chimera cooked 3 ways, you know?
Yeah. It's a 3-course meal. All
Actually, we sat down and after one of our sessions came up with a 27-course meal with 9 courses from each part of the Chimera. It was a lot.
It was excessive. It was great to sit back and just be like, guess I'm eating this next.
You could have, like, you know how you can get, like, bottomless wings? You can get bottomless hydras. You just keep cutting parts off.
Hydra head soup.
Yeah.
Roasted Hydra head. You could have an entire restaurant that's just Hydra heads.
I don't know how many people here have watched not Doctor Who, Torchwood. There's a whole episode about that, basically. Like, we could feed the world. We could release an album. Continue.
So, Roxy wakes up, discovers that she can speak with animals. And everybody's going, nope, no you can't. And she's like, well, let's try it out. And of course I had 2 horses there. I had Hadley and Benji. And I know one of them was more chatty than the other one, but I forget which one was which. And so she walks
was the
up
chatty one.
She walks up and she's like, hi. And I'm like, hi. And she's like, can you understand me? And he's like, yup. And having to answer questions as Benji, and then having to do 2 horses retell the grisly murder of one of their fellow horses. There were spiders. There were so many spiders. The spiders were hungry. They were mad. It was really, really scary. And when one horse was like, oh sweet, I could finally like tell this person I'm hungry, and the other one was like, listen, I was perfectly happy not listening to you guys to begin with, and now that I can actually understand what you're saying, it's even worse now.
So, I actually had a similar situation. One of my players had Speak with Animals, and they wanted to try it out, but all they had was a pony. So they start speaking with the pony, and then the pony just starts coughing a lung out and says, sorry, I'm a little horse. Good night, everybody.
I mean, we've brought it up before. David will cringe, but look, we did a Christmas one-shot with a snowchromancer, which was a snowman who raised other snowmen from the snow. And our snowman was named Snow and Wilson.
Wow.
And
yes,
he raised snowmen Wilsons. All the little ones were snowmen Wilsons. And Snow and Wilson spoke Infernal, Gnomish, and one word of Common, which he said when he was killed.
Wow. oh no, I guess if he was dying, you'd be like, ow. Wait, is that a Finding Francis shirt?
It's a Finding Francis shirt.
I have the same shirt.
I knew I liked this guy. Welcome, Retro Zelda. Yeah, Ribbonanza has just redeemed all of the dabs, so. I even got the Team Rocket dab.
Wow.
Can Domo gun dab? Kind of.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
I made a Domo for my brother years ago. I wonder if he still has it. So,
Wait, you made a domo?
I make plushies, yeah.
So it wasn't... It was a knockoff. It was a FOMO.
Good night, everyone. Okay. We've got... We had the perfect segue into Waterdeep Tails. I guess talking horses also. Yes, show off the trophy. Always show. You tilt it a little. We're getting your screen in it.
Oh no, I'll just point it right at my light. There we go. It's like Indiana Jones. I'm gonna point this at you and you're gonna melt.
Well, it's off screen because I had to fit everyone in. Because there you go.
Oh wait, I'll do the beauty influence. Oh no, it just looks like a piece of glass. Yeah, no, this is just a Coke bottle.
What you need to do is get one of the get a light. I can't pull this one up because it's plugged in, but get one of those LED panels and put it underneath so that it lights up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I should put it into a glass case, lock it, and then never take it out.
That's also an option, or you could just do one of these.
So, I have a feeling you really want to talk about Waterdeep Tails, and I'm not letting you.
I've noticed we'd rather talk about pincher crabs
Furries.
and talking like skunks and horses and no rails. There are no rails. There are absolutely no rails. And finding Francis.
This is important stuff.
It is all very Shicheko. I can't say my own name. Should Kay make a show-off point redeem, or should we continue to suffer? Let's do.
There we go. The poll.
Should we talk about Tails?
Snake legs, Jeff. I'm circling back to catch up with chat.
Yeah, chat has been flying, and y'all. I don't know if y'all two know this, but you two are heckin' distracting.
Oh, I get that all the time. Yes, Waterdeep Tails is my upcoming D&D game set in the
as soon as I start the poll, you
Oh, I can stop. Do you want to talk about other stuff?
We got 2 minutes to decide if we're going to talk about Waterdeep Tails.
Okay. Let's just fill the space.
David, do you have other questions about one-page DMing or charity games or what you want to talk about, David?
Yeah.
24 hours.
Yes.
How?
24 hours of DMing.
Well, I really like D&D, so it kind of
David has seen my stream schedule, yes.
Yeah, it kind of breezes by. As long as I kind of view it not as a sprint but a marathon. If you get into a good rhythm and know what you're getting into, it's not impossible. Because I've casually played 12-hour D&D games.
How much caffeine do you go through?
Right.
Well, Mercy Road 3, I drank 2 pots of coffee in the morning. And then I had a 4-pack of Monster Energy drink that I drank on regimented times.
Kids, don't try this at home.
I should mention, several of my chat members are nurses. There is one that is a doctor, so they are observing this. So
they're
it's
observing,
not
but they're that doesn't help you if a
They're taking
problem
notes.
happens. Yeah. So yes, I realized he was going to die at about the 12-hour mark when I observed.
Yeah, this is my thesis on poor life decisions.
Also fair. Anything? So chat has officially spoken and says yes, good gravy. Talk about Waterdeep Tails. But any other advice for DMing for 24 hours straight other than don't?
Yeah. When do you take your bathroom breaks?
I have, at the halfway point in games, there's a 10-minute break, which I use to stand up, stretch my legs, and go to the washroom. That is something that is really, really important if you're doing something like this, because being in a orthostatic position is very bad for your health in general. So you want to stand up, you want to make sure you get your blood flowing. Exactly. I like to do little leg stretches in between during my 10-minute break. Then there is a 15-minute break after the game is over, so I have a time to drink some water, eat something, go running into the forest so they can't catch me and make me DM for any longer.
So, catheter, got it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, definitely. It's a colostomy bag, a catheter, and just an IV drip of sugar and caffeine.
Understandably.
Yeah.
That's just because if I have like an extended session, like I do like 4.5 hours, I am depleted. Whatever plans I have after that, it gets superseded by nap time. So the thought of doing like 6 of those games back to back is daunting.
Mercy Road 2 has this fun, like, it's like, yeah, here we go, we're warming up, yeah, it's getting good, okay, it's like the 2, 3, 4 a.m. things, okay, we're finishing strong.
I was really lucky in that Mercy Road 3, I knew exactly what I was getting into by that point. And I also lucked out in that a lot of my good friends volunteered to do those kind of midnight shifts. Some of them it was easy because they're in the UK, and that's like, oh yeah, we just had an 8-hour sleep and we're drinking our coffee. And I'm like, I hate you. But
I remember sleep.
I remember sleep. Sweet sleep. No, and then, again, I'm really lucky in that I had a lot of really great players who just carried my half-conscious body across the finish line.
And, like, it takes you a while to come down from that, too, doesn't it? Like, you don't
Oh,
finish
yeah.
and you're like, I'm done. You have to, like... Because I remember everyone being like, go to bed, and you're like, I can't.
Yeah, no, everyone was... I think it's becoming a tradition where all of my friends are just like, go to bed! And I'm like, I want to! But a combination of the caffeine and just... The rush of endorphins from doing a really good job, because every year has been really good. Like it's done well. We've had a good time, and I get to hang out with my friends and play D&D, and who doesn't like that? Yeah. So there's like you're up for like another 3-4 hours where you're just in this fugue state of wanting to sleep but can't.
I think I told both of you, I had a really good session, it wasn't D&D, but similar, TTRPG session last night, that finished at like 11:30, and at 2 o'clock I was like, I'm still awake!
And then, yeah, I would always call that my post-DM sleepies, because I'd be up all night just humming like a little hummingbird, thinking about what I've done, reflecting upon my poor life decisions, and then in the morning I'd be like, why didn't I sleep? Why did I think of fun one-liners that I could set myself up for?
Oh, that's the worst, the shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Oh no, see, that's the glory about being a DM, in that you can just play another game, set it up exactly the same, and then, oh heck, you have this great one-liner, just pull it out of your pocket.
Yeah, my first big game was a charity game with Gabe Hicks jamming. So, like, I had played on stream before, but this was, like, my first paid gig, my first big gig. And I was bringing in Roxy because I knew, I didn't want to compete with a lot of the big personalities, but I also wanted a memorable, fun character, and I knew her really well. Like, I knew her mechanics, which really helps when you're trying to impress. It's your first big paid gig, you're always like... And, like, I remember we got to a point, and, it was this really intense, it was, like, almost the climax of the game, and we all had to do a saving throw. So Gabe does a thing, and for those of you who don't know Gabe's jamming style, nat ones aren't always a fail. Nat 1 sometimes just summon chaos with Gabe. So I did a religion check and rolled a Nat 1, and the flying spaghetti monster appeared.
That
And
sounds
from
like a
then on,
win.
Gabe was the voice of the flying spaghetti monster in my head. And we all were doing this saving throw, and the flying spaghetti monster, like, basically said, like, I got you, or something like that. And he's like, you get a boost, and so I roll my saving throw, and it was stupid high. And he's like, okay, all of you take full, you two, you take full damage, you two take half damage, while you, and I'm like, I don't make it with, and they did that thing where the GM just raises the eyebrow, right? The, like, scolding, like, are you gonna let me finish? I didn't sleep for 2 nights. Because I was like, I messed up so bad. I got the GM eyebrow. And then, like, 2 days later, I was like, no, I'm fine. I was fine. It was like 2 days of beating myself up over it.
Wow.
And yes,
You
Rob,
still haven't forgiven yourself, have you?
I have now. But, yeah. Sauce is an excellent 12 of 10 on-camera GM. Would also recommend.
Oh, you.
Someday we'll get David to GM on camera.
Yes.
Someday.
Wait, let's do it right now instead of talking about Waterdeep
Let's do it,
Tails.
David. Chat might actually murder us.
Yeah.
So, you two are level 1 peasants. Your stats are 999,999.
Can they be 666?
You wake up in a prison.
666?
You have to. The whole reason I do 9s is because it's easy to do the math. Everything's just a flat -1. I'd have to go look up what a 6 is. You wake up in a prison.
Can it be 6969?
Nice. Yes. Your stats are 420, 420.
Oh, dang. wait, don't you die if one of your stats goes to... Oh my god, I'm a zombie!
Yeah, that works
Actually,
too.
that is an idea for a... Could do just like a whole, like, what's the movie Bug's Life, Ant's Life? The ones where, like, the ant... It's ants, where...
The zombie ants, yeah,
there's-
where the fungus takes over.
Well, no, where the ants are like, wait a second, we're labor, and without us, they can't... And so if you do that, but with zombies... Anyway.
I love how chaotic this episode is. Like, I know we've hit our points, and we've actually done a good job of it, but also we have taken the most roundabout, obnoxious ways to get there, and this is exactly what I want from the GREYotic Wholesome Talk Show. I am so glad I have handed it over to new management.
Right. I would need to dig up my 10,000, my table of 10,000, not chaos magic, wild magic effects, in order to run like a game just like off the top of my head. But I do keep that on my phone in case D&D breaks out anywhere.
But
Yes. Also, Sauce, I will send you that list because I think you far more than me can have a lot of fun with that, because at one of the random magic effects is the closest star explodes, and another one is the heat death of the known universe.
See, if I did that during Mercy Road, I figured the game would end very abruptly.
well, look, you're
Well, I mean, that's why you fudge the roll.
Like, as much as I love entropy, I don't want it in my game.
So I need you to know, Sauce, the long game that this jerk face plays with us.
Ah,
So,
yes.
one of my really good friends had never played D&D and is like, I might kind of want to check it out. Yeah, this looked like something different. Sauce and I had that discussion the other day. Let Chaos Reign.
I'm skiing.
Those of you who know. Oh,
Oh,
no!
no.
So, we set up a game. It's me, her, and David GMing. So it's very casual, low-key. He runs this awesome beginner's module that he has, where it's all chaos magic and wand, off of wand. We go through it, all sorts of chaos breaks out, as you imagine. She, uses a wand, something happens, we don't know what it is, we complete the adventure, we go on our way, yada yada yada. Our home game reaches 1 year, and David's like, I got stuff that's gonna plan a 1 year event. At session 52, we're gonna do the thing. So sure enough, we hit session 52, a whole thing happens. One of the NPCs from that one-shot, that entry game, we meet in the home game. And I'm like, don't trust that guy. That guy's wands are bad. Becomes a reoccurring character. We get summoned, like one of the major NPCs, our quest giver, is like, get on your horses, we going. We riding hard, a thing is happening. We ride hard, we get there. Fucking gold dragon comes out of the sky and tries to eat us with this guy with the wand standing there. And so we do this whole thing where we have to like stop an ancient gold dragon from eating us. Save a village full of kobolds that used to be people. All this stuff goes down. We get to the end of the thing and we're like, so we figure out, like the dragon tells us, this guy summoned me. And they're like, so why did you summon her? And he's like, so I have these wands, and I gave them to these two villagers. And one of them used it, and it summoned you.
So, on the list of 10,000 wild magic effects, including things like you are now resistant to heat, you are resistant to cold, all sorts of things where at first blush, you won't notice anything different about yourself or the environment, but you know something happened. Well, one of these effects was you summon the nearest ancient gold dragon. And so, real time, I think 2 years, two and a half years from that zero session with Kay, oh my god.
He just killed a cat!
Right!
He's fine, he's back. He launched himself into the space this wide between the cat tree and the air conditioner and just went down.
Woof. Yeah. Hey, it's Dane.
It's my chaos gremlin.
And so 2 years I sat on this idea of like,
and he punished
this gold
me
dragon
for what we did
is
in the
gonna
zero
show
session.
up. And more than 2 years later, more than 52 episodes of our home game, I finally got to land this gold dragon on top of my party. And let me tell you, I have never been more pleased. I was like, ha ha, I brought it back. I tied up this bow.
So speaking
It wasn't
of
good
gold
as the
dragons,
series finale of Next Generation, but, you know, none of us can land a plane like that.
Yeah, no.
So, speaking of gold dragons,
Yeah.
which are obviously the same thing as a mysterious ferret,
Oh,
a plucky
1-1.
cat bard, and or a baker mouse.
And a fourth, as of yet undisclosed character.
Who could... Excited to learn more.
What could it be? Who could it be? Where could it be? I'll tell you right now. It is actually a capybara.
That tracks.
They are a ranger. Their favorite enemies are humans. They have come to Waterdeep to basically go on a rampage.
Exactly what a capybara does.
A rampaging capybara. I mean, yeah, the size difference. Capybaras are about the size of large dogs. We have a mouse. Maybe I shouldn't be spoiling this. This is completely going against my ad campaign.
This is great. This is great for our show. Thank you for taking over the GREYotic Wholesome and then just, giving us exclusives here.
Yeah, I'm giving you the freshest deets. No, the missing no character. Yeah, no, it's just Pikachu. We're committing IP theft. Yeah, no, Waterdeep Tails. I was coming off the heels of Mercy Road. I was just feeling like I didn't want to do nothing. So I figured like I wanted to take a creative impulse and follow it. So I'm like, okay, what if we just followed like little critters running around Waterdeep? Because surely critters are going on their own adventures. I'm a big fan of Mouseguard. I'm a big fan of Redwall. I'm a big fan of what is his name? Throg? Thorfrog? The...
Yes,
Oh yeah,
yes.
Throg,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Thorfrog.
I just watched the episode of Actually with Thorfrog.
Yeah. No, it's a great character. It was a little frog. He was super brave, and he found a little splinter off of Mjolnir. And because he was worthy, because he was a very noble frog, he was able to pick it up and defeat the rats that were infesting Central Park. Kay, I'm sure you were alive to see all of this
Yes.
while living in New York.
Yes.
This is all based on a true
It's fairly
story.
common. And also, if you've ever seen the Unsleeping City, every year, SantaCon, like, it's real life modern D&D every year out here.
Oh gosh. But yeah, I had this dumb idea, and I think I spitballed it off UK. I'm like, what if this happened?
An enabler? Me? I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking
no,
about. I don't enable anyone ever.
No, never happens. But yeah, I was able to. I basically had this little package. I have my package,
Yo, me too.
and I'm showing everyone my package. No, I'm telling everyone this idea, and
Look away, Twitch mods.
yeah.
Right.
No, and I was really surprised with the reaction I got from the people I pitched it to. Everyone was like, "Yes, I want to get on this immediate. I want to get on your package immediately." Like literally everyone. David Tilstra, who's apparently just book solid in general. Candace the Magnificent, Youngles, all of them were just immediately receptive to it. I'm like, oh, tight, I've got this crew, and the mysterious fourth person, whomever they could be.
It's David, isn't it?
It very well could be David.
Yeah, I got some cat ears.
Rondi
Let's
is
go.
there. I know you do. I sent them to you.
Nyan! Could you give us a little nyan? Meow. Nyan. Oh.
I was just thinking of like the worst TikTok, like cat-related TikTok dance I could think of, and that's the one that's springing to mind.
I've got a
Ooh, pain.
repertoire of bad dances. But yeah, no, it's everyone was just immediately. Oh,
Are you there?
I was resetting my camera.
Cool.
oh, I thought you were. No. Everyone was so immediately on just into the idea of the small world, this world that's just kind of beneath the surface. And as soon as I got the team together, I asked my good friend Elliot, aka the Nothing Maker, aka Awoken Paradox. He has a whole bunch of aliases.
I just want to say that the Nothing Maker sounds like the villain of
Never-ending story.
or Looper. Continue.
A Nothing Maker. No, he's great. And
If you all have not seen the art in these advertisements, holy cats, it looks like a fairy tale.
yeah, I've worked with Elliot before. He because not only am I a narcissist, I'm also very attached to my Destiny 2 character, to the point where I write fan fiction about him, which I do not share. Do not look it up. It is not on fanfiction.net.
Yeah, that's because we stand AO3 here. So,
Yeah,
what's your AO3 name?
You will never find it.
We need
It's-
to.
Do you know how powerful my Google Foo is, sir?
Yes, you will never find it because it is not posted anywhere. Unless
So
I
how much do we
accidentally
have to-
send.
How much money do we have to slide you? How many trophies do we have to make for you?
I mean, if you make me, if you can get Bungie to put him in the game somehow.
What if I make you an award that says Best Fan Fiction Writer? Destiny.
Destiny
Yeah.
2.
Best
No,
D2 fanfiction writer.
And I'm
Oh,
like,
I mean-
this is yours, but you have to share.
You know, I'd actually like that.
Yeah.
No, it's not posted anywhere, but Elliot
Yes.
did this amazing job, and if you've seen his work, you know firsthand how amazing it is. It's all done traditionally with pencils and gel pens, and I have the original right here of this Destiny 2 character, and the idea was, what if we just did like a Destiny 2 character, but did it in the style of a tarot card? And Elliot got it right on the first try. So when I was doing this again, Elliot was like, oh hey, I have some computer problems, I've reopened my commissions, and I jumped on that just as quickly as possible. I'm like, I'm doing a show! And Elliot just, again, immediately knew the kind of tone I was going for. I think he suggested, like, okay, so this is like everything's cobbled together. Are they like Donald ducking it? Are we talking like mice using teapots as riverboats? And I'm like, yes, yeah, you've got that. And
so no pants. No one's wearing pants. Got it.
Well, I mean, they can wear pants. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna tell people what to wear.
You said they were Donald ducking it. And as a local Pooh Bear fan, a Pooh Bear aficionado, a man who takes his lifestyle choices after Winnie the Pooh, which, you know, entails I'm not wearing pants, give me your honeypot. Switch, please don't hurt me. You know, when you say Donald ducking it, it conjures corkscrews, okay?
But Elliot understood. I'm just taking that.
I love how Gray was like, no.
Into the pocket. Elliot just understood what we were going for, and as soon as he sent us the initial sketches and I shared it with the group, I think it just kind of it took an idea we were all really passionate about and kind of like blowing on a hot coal. It just kind of it further ignited this passion, and it was just really heartwarming to see just how creatively involved the entire group was getting. So yeah, I think just from our session zeros, from our discussions I've had with characters about their characters, I think it's going to be a really amazing show, a really special show.
So, knowing what I know about your style, this is going to be like a sci-fi horror.
Oh yeah, they're immediately just going to go to the moon. Excellent. That's when I have no other ideas.
Zombies on the moon or vampires?
You know what?
Zombies?
Why not both?
Yeah.
Werewolves. They would love it. They would love it on the moon. Yeah.
Wait, what if the werewolves are confined to the dark side of the moon?
Well, then they turn back into people and die.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So they want to have a normal life. They just live right on that termination line.
David's space journeys are just my favorite.
Just it's let's see if we can do it. Yeah, I did it again. Good. Yeah, no, just because there's a sci-fi story where it is based on there's this narrow strip of habitable land on a planet that doesn't turn, and so it's dark on one side and light on the other side. It's too hot on this part and so you have like 2 miles wide. And I'm trying to remember where I encountered this.
Well, they found that spot on the moon. There is apparently a habitable space on the moon, like in reality, in real life. Like, it's not habitable because, like, there's not oxygen there right now.
Yeah.
But, like,
that was I was like, dude, we're missing some atmosphere here.
But like, there's a space where humans could exist on the moon right now, as it is.
Talk about taking all the air out of the room.
Right.
So, when do we find Waterdeep Tails? When do we find the mystery of fourth player? What should people be prepared for?
Okay, so, mysterious fourth player. Either we can do a sneak peek of their character art on this show if Kay, if you and David are willing, unless you want to keep it a surprise for tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. We won't announce the mysterious player because that's far too mysterious. The show is on this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. I figured instead of having like a protracted ad campaign, I'd just blast it every single day of the week. And it would probably have the exact same effect. But yeah, you can watch it 8 p.m. Shows will be available on VOD immediately afterwards, both here and on YouTube over at... Do I have a link to my own YouTube? I don't have a link to my own YouTube.
GREYotic Wholesome?
Yep.
Sorry, I actually missed that part.
I said it's on the new channel, GREYotic Wholesome.
Oh yeah, twitch.tv/GREYotic Wholesome. Apparently it's twitch.tv/Brianna Colson? That's what the CC picked up. It's the Pope. I finally landed His Holiness. That's right, Tyranthesaurus.
If I've asked chat what they want. Do you want the full picture, or do you want just the face? The close-up face?
Oh man, I have a great close-up of the face. It's because I love that facial expression.
I've got the close-up of the face. Is that what we're doing, or are we doing the whole picture?
I mean, the close-up of the face is pretty great, and tells you everything you need to know.
Okay. Save image as. Add to
Also,
overlay.
I don't normally capitalize letters as a rule, but for you, Sauce, I would.
Oh, thank you. Cowboy Coward?
Cowboy Coward?
How the heck did you I'm just oh yeah, I think that was one of the cowboy actors, Sauce, aka Boner Lord. Oh, I'm finally nobility.
Yep.
That's all it took.
But yeah, you can watch on my YouTube channel. There is Baldur's Gate Beach Patrol. There is Mercy Road 2 and 3, and I think Mercy Road 1 is there on there. People are asking for spoilers, aka Dorkfire.
There is one person who does not want spoilers, and if you do not wish for spoilers, we respect that. You might want to look away.
Okay, thank you.
We will, I will shout out when it is done, but now I have to find the thing that I downloaded.
I literally posted
The Haunting
I
of Spook Manor.
Okay,
I posted it on our Discord.
Look away if you don't want spoilers, but look at this face. Look at this face. Look at it. Okay. If you... Spoilers are gone. You may return. Anything else you would like to say about that image?
I'm not prepared. I'm not physically or emotionally prepared. If any of you have seen the movie The Raid, it starts off with like the main character doing martial arts, then praying, getting physically, emotionally, and spiritually prepared. That's gonna be me Thursday at 8 p.m.
I thought you were gonna say that this is that was what this character was gonna do. It's a paladin. I was gonna be like, Paladin then.
No, it's me getting... I am gonna have to do that. I am gonna have to learn kickboxing just to keep this character in line. But no, we've got some amazing characters. We've got Candace the Magnificent as Merlin the Plucky, who is just so adorable. Merlin is also the name of... Merlin's the name of my childhood dog. So when Candace and I were talking about this, she was talking like, oh, I'm basing this character off of my cat, Merlin. And I'm like, oh, Merlin was my dog. We have to name it Merlin. We've got David Tilstra, who is just he's so cool. Like he's just really, really cool. I want to be David Tilstra when I grow up. Like he's like we were just having a conversation, and he was like just bundling cables together into one giant cable, and I was just like, so cool. Like I think I've got a legitimate boy crush on him. We've got Youngles as Pryor, who is just looks so badass. Like, I don't know if you're on the Saucefire Discord that I share with our good friend Talpa Scott. It's called Tartan Moose. Elliot has been posting high def shots of all the characters, and just the amount of detail on Pryor, like the scars, it is so cool. Hey, that's you, Tel. And then there's this fourth mystery player.
I love the detail of like how Bake is just holding this rolling pin, but then like he's got this tail that's like curling artfully around in just the most poetic way. And if you don't look, you don't see it, and then you see it and you're like, that's gorgeous.
I know. I think that was one of David's suggestions, if memory serves. David really wanted the combination of that posture with holding the rolling pin in his little tail.
And the little snack pocket.
And he has a little pocket, and there's like a baguette and a little croissant, and they're not the same thing, David. No, they're not the same thing.
Nope, they are not. One is a weapon, and the other is a delicacy.
Do you know what they call a magic wand in French?
No.
A baguette magique. Because baguette means stick.
David just took psychic damage.
Yeah.
3d6, is that what I saw there?
Yeah. That really puts,
Are you saying this French bread is causing you pain? I got that.
Yes.
I have been so excited for this episode, y'all. You don't even know. I've been waiting for this.
Oh,
right.
You kids. You kids and your drugs.
Kids. This is my drug. Our third co-host is over here, just conked the heck out. Just as happy as he can be. Which is really bad, because it means he's going to be a terror tonight. And I didn't sleep last night, so I need to sleep tonight, and this doesn't bode well for me. This is a problem. The amount I learned watching this show. Yes, so
and this is how you make methamphetamine!
Twitch, we are not doing that. So Thursday,
first strip out to your underwear. You can only make it in tiny whiteies. Then you go out to your trailer, and then you blow it up.
So it is, checking my notes, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, correct? Oh no!
Correct.
Oh no, I clicked away, and there, now our stream's back. Discord's really grumpy, y'all. If you click the wrong window, Discord's like, you're not paying enough attention to me, your stream doesn't look good anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's... y'all always look good. Y'all a bunch of cuties.
You're so saucy.
I know. It's kind of my shtick.
I want to point out that despite Kay's numerous relentless warnings, I was still unprepared for this.
I like how Kay was worried that we were gonna bully her. But...
Here's the thing. If y'all two play like 2 games together, and then you come back on the show, I'm in trouble, because you two will be in sync, and then you will come at me.
I'm more a Backstreet Boys fan.
I used to work
Listen, Justin
with
Timberlake
one of
is
the
so
Backstreet
talented.
Boys, but the one that got kicked out for anger issues.
Howie. No, not Howie. Howie's their leader.
You know all the members of Backstreet Boys off the top of your head?
Okay, there's Howie. There's Nick, who's kind of sex pest. There's Kevin, who's the sensitive one. Then there's the guy with... Then there's the tough one whose name I can't remember, and the other one. I think they're both named Dave. I'm gonna say they're both named David.
I hope every former member of the Backstreet Boys is watching or will watch this on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I hope
so that you could get hate mail directly from the person who you labeled the other one and the other one.
Oh, I forgot. No, okay, sorry. Howie is the other one, Brian is the leader, and AJ is the tough one.
I am also very sorry to anyone who's using the captions, because apparently I'm the only one allowed to speak with captions now.
Do we have to rejoin?
I have no idea.
Oh, snap. Something went wrong.
Something went wrong.
Invalid
okay,
link.
Let's try this again. It should behave now. One of you take that.
Oh no, I opened it up in Firefox.
AJ, someone says.
Hey.
Boom.
Everybody, yeah.
We are trying
Rock
new
your
caption systems
body.
today, and you know, it's always a little bit of an experiment when that happens. But I like this system a lot. Were you able to wrangle it into Chrome? There you are.
Yes.
I see you. Yes, you are back as Boner Lord, as you should be.
The Lord has returned.
I see you. See the Lord. Of
Praise the
Roman
Lord.
has returned.
Who are you to stand in the way of the return of the king? Anyways, yeah, we got the captions back. I'm proud of us.
Good job.
GREYotic Wholesome, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, smooth sailing, no problems whatsoever.
Not a single issue.
Nope, this has been completely on point, no rambling. We hit every topic as necessary and moved on immediately and succinctly. Chat, we are reaching the end of this. I know, I'm kicking you out soon. But with love.
This is a coup.
It is. I am cooing it back. Is the fourth character a pigeon?
Aku, the shape-shifting no, continue.
Everton. Y'all, sometimes like Dave would be like, hey, we gotta work on this thing. Can you hop on a call? And I'm like, yeah, and I connect, and all I hear is Aku, the shape shift. I'm like, God damn it, David.
Yeah, listen, the Samurai Jack intro will forever be one of the finest bits of like monologue in the history of monologue.
I just have to brag for 1 second, because I was in a game and I decided my character gave like a passioned monologue mid-fight that the GM allowed. And like everyone's like, well, if the bad guy gets to monologue as a free action, I guess this character does too. And they're not necessarily like a good character, they're one of those like very morally gray characters. And so I'm waiting for the moment when I can in game get to be like, I get to monologue as a free action, so that at least makes me villain adjacent. So it works,
Fair.
right?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to remember to incorporate that, because which reminds me, I gotta bug Judy to do her homework.
Chat, any other questions that you have about Waterdeep Tails, about Mercy Road, about running charity games, about if Saucefire is single, about how David's hair looks so incredible, like what are we about boners? Or boner lord?
Hashtag boners.
Actually, how do you make your hair look so incredible?
I sleep on it.
Huh?
Like,
Oh.
I am extremely blessed. My mother is probably rolling in her grave hard enough to create energy, like to power all of Las Vegas, because my hair is long. But having seen my father's afro in a picture from the 70s, I have my mother's hair. And it just looks like this. Yeah, where else can we find D&D content from our friend Saucefire?
Can you pay to have a game run for you by a 2-time award-winning DM?
Right.
I think only 1.5 right now, since the other one's in transit.
Look,
Oh, no,
didn't
you
win
won
an
the award.
You
You
just
just
don't
haven't won that
physically
award.
have it in hand yet.
Well, if you are interested, if you are so inclined, if you head over to twitter.com/SaucefireTV, there is a link to my Ko-Fi, where you can, for a very reasonable price, since I priced it all in Canadian loonies, get me to DM a game for you, for your friends, for many of your friends, all for very reasonable price. For your enemy, yeah, no. If you have a friend who's D&D curious, I'm there. If you have an enemy who you think would hate D&D, hey, I'll do it.
If you need
If you want
try
to prank your
and-
friends with a TPK,
Yep.
Sauce is here for you.
Oh, I had my first TPK on stream for charity, and I loved it so much I just kept doing it.
You kept doing it. It was great. I actually had a moment because I was like, these people are messing around. Like, I'm just watching this group deliberately not chase down the thing. I'm like, he should, like, drop an anvil on them or something. And then he dropped a moon. And they're like, do I get a saving throw? And he's like, you want a saving throw against the moon?
Yeah, your
It was
DC is
great. It was
157. Go for it.
Well, I said if they had evasion, they could take half damage.
Against a
Fair!
That was fair.
You take half damage. That
Half
is over
moon damage.
1.7 million HP you've lost.
But yes, I offer DM services for, I think about almost an order. Yeah.
So here's the thing: don't say your rates out loud, so that when people go Google it, they won't keep asking you for the old rate.
Oh yeah, no. Currently, it's an order of magnitude less than any other DM. So
For now,
for now.
But not for long.
give it a week.
And if you hire this amazing DM to run you a game, we'll get him one step closer to getting to hang out with me at PAX Unplugged. And please, y'all, I would really like to hang out with this guy at PAX Unplugged. We may have plans for things happening. There might be illegal back alley D&D games. There might be plans to kidnap TTRPG celebrities that we like and make them do things with us. Not that sounded
Not consenting
I'm
things.
ace. Consenting things.
That's your alibi, and you're sticking by it.
Listen, these rates are so. You must really love DMing, because these rates are really reasonable.
I know, right?
That's a steal.
That I know, right? Well, if you're interested, I've got many spots available. That being said, if you want to watch D&D, this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we are playing our premiere of Waterdeep Tails. The players don't know what they're getting in for. They're currently they're wondering whether or not it's going to be devolve immediately into horror, or if it's going to stay nice and cute, or maybe both.
Horror is definitely a genre.
Yeah. Wait, did you just say vor is a genre?
I said cute horror, but vor is also
Oh.
a genre. Yes, I have dealt extensively with vor artists.
Oh yes, right, DeviantArt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah,
Explaining
if
vor
that's
to your CEO is very fun.
if cute animals isn't your jam, and you don't want to pay for D&D, then just wait a bit. Maybe I'll do D&D for 24 hours. You know, maybe in April, maybe in Mercy Road 4. Should we do a title drop of what Mercy Road 4 is going to be, or you know what? No, let's save that one. Let's keep that in our pocket.
Fine. Don't give me all the exclusives.
I will say a hint. If you had watched the game I ran for Draw for Charity, which you can watch on VOD, there is a hint for what is to come. You totally changed your mind. Asked, I have got I have already planned out Mercy Road 4. I haven't written the adventures yet, but I have it all. I have my crazy wall somewhere, you know, with all the pins and strings.
Oh, I want to see that board.
Oh yeah, Asteris was our producer for Mercy Road 3, and I think she did an amazing job. keeping me on track.
Can say that as someone who got to just slide in, play a game, and wander away, and then consume them as they went. Mercy Road is incredibly well-produced and slick and easy to slide in and play and do your thing. And you might break herb, but that's what happens sometimes when you play D&D.
I think everyone breaks herb once or twice.
Once or twice.
But yes, Kay, as this is GREYotic Wholesome, do you have anything you would like to plug?
I'm just going to run through my usual stuff. Thank you for letting me be a guest. I'm so honored to be here. I'm always excited to be on any of your productions. You can find me every other Wednesday on the Emergency Power Podcast. Well, that's a new episode. You can always find the Emergency Power Podcast because it's just up. It's a podcast. It comes out every other Wednesday. Over at the emergencypowernetwork.com, I play Sol, the Solarian, which no one in game has made a comment yet that my character is a Solarian whose name is Sol. I am very grumpy about this. When I give my character a really bad name, it's for a reason. Yes?
If your entire party died but you survived, you would be a sole survivor.
This is also the character who is at least villain adjacent, so there's a chance that they might be the sole bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
Your character's name is Sol because the whole solar system revolves around it.
David, is there anything you would like to plug?
I'm not done yet.
This is my show!
I forgot.
I'm sorry, keep going.
You can find me Sunday on Tales from the Tavern talking about Emergency Power Podcast, so if you're like, I don't know Starfinder, I don't know this crew, hop in, you can see our faces, we're going to talk about our characters, it's going to be a good time. Gamer Mama Luna always has an awesome talk show, and you can kind of see if it's your vibe. It's very punny, it's very high action, surprisingly wholesome, and you don't need to know the Starfinder system to listen because it's homebrew modules. And starting on the 29th, I'm going to be in a 3-part horror campaign called Halls of the Mad King, playing which should be a fairly fun character. I'm excited. I've never gotten to play a coward in a horror game before, and that is going to be fun. Take it away, Gray.
Okay, thank you. David, thank you for being on the premiere episode of GREYotic Wholesome.
So Kay, there's this thing that we always do on the GREYotic Wholesome show.
And always. I know the answer to this one.
And as our first guest, what is your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, well, this should be easy, and I think everyone in chat already knows. He is Pokemon number 1. It is Bulbasaur.
Oh, there's gonna be a fist fight. Listen, there's gonna be a whole night of celebrity boxing where it's just a series of people against Kay, everyone getting the smoke.
All right, look, on the GREYotic Wholesome show, we end it every episode. David asks me my favorite Pokemon, and I tell him that it's Bulbasaur.
Every time. It's very important.
Every time.
Yes. But respect the chonk. This is how Sauce and I knew we'd get along. I have a sleepy little bulb.
Sleepy little chonk.
But, as I'm sure chat knows, my personal favorite... My little brother gave me this for Christmas, and I love it so much.
Speaking of Gengar, if you go over to Saucefire, or twitch.tv/Saucefire, where I stream every morning from 11:30 to about 2 o'clock, we have a Gengar emote. For followers, for free.
As well as a chonk.
Yeah. And there are many chonkers. David, first off, thank you for asking me my favorite Pokemon. It's the one reason I came on this show was to plug Pokemon number 1. Is there anything you would like to plug?
Yes, but I am not allowed to until Chef gives us permission.
What is your favorite Pokemon?
Yeah.
As someone who has never played a Pokemon game.
I tried to get you Arceus, sir.
Yes, you did. My favorite Pokemon, and Kay will know why, is Venusaur.
You know what? That is Bulbasaur adjacent, so that is the correct answer. Kay, you're going to have to study because you answered incorrectly.
Also Ditto, because Ditto gets around, and I'm about that life.
So,
And
no, David, I'm pretty sure that your favorite Pokemon, if we go down a really dark, if we go into the darkest timeline, your favorite Pokemon is Mr. Mime, but we'll talk about that off.
Listen.
Oh man,
all my government out in the universe right now. Ooh wee.
I went through Pokemon Let's Go, and when I caught a Mr. Mime, I named it Busta Mimes.
See what you did. I see what you did there.
Yeah. I'm proud of that one.
Did you play Sword and Shield?
I did.
Did you get a Mr. Rhyme?
I did.
What did you name him?
I immediately put it in a box because I already had Busta Mime. I'm not gonna cheat on Busta Mime. He's just a Mr. Crimes. Oh, look at that. We're at Mr. Time.
We're at Mr. Time. David, what are we doing here?
This is the Chaotic Wholesome talk show where we invite really awesome guests over as often as possible to talk about TTRPGs, how to be a player, how to be a GM, how to be better at both, and all with a focus on intersectionality and inclusivity so that we all can have a good time, including there was a name for this.
Pancakes.
Pancakes. Oh my god. I can't. So thank you to our special co-host, Mr. Pancakes.
Yeah.
And to Gilmore.
And to Gilmore.
Who has not fled, who is taking a nap. Gilmore, it is work time.
Well,
I'm gonna be murdered tonight.
Gilmore didn't flee because when Kay hurled him to the ground, it broke his little kitten legs.
Yeah,
I
just
stepped
yeeted
on
him
his
into the
tail
wall.
this morning too.
He's not feline great.
No, he's not feline great.
Ooh,
He's feeling very persecuted.
Alright, let's pause this conversation for a moment. Because it's turning into a catastrophe.
I believe there's a clause in my contract that's against all.
I was going for that. Took my pun. All right. Grey, thank you so much for inviting us on your show. We appreciate being on the first episode ever.
It's been a privilege.
Chat, thank you so much. You've been amazing. Please check out Saucefire TV on the Twits. He's a good one. If you want some amazing, hilarious improv D&D, it is the rates are too low. I'm gonna say it. The rent may be too damn high, but the rates are too damn low for the D&D.
Hey, times are tough.
And we will be back next week. I think next week we are going to finally tackle my favorite topic, and the topic I am very passionate about. I set up something new, and I think many of you chatters will get to see. We're going to test it and see if it works. I don't know if it works. Got a new outro, so we're going to run the new outro, hopefully, and then we will rate us over to someone new. Thank you again, Sauce. Thank you, David. Thank you, chat. You've been amazing. I'm Kay. That's David. That's Saucefire. We've been awesome. You've been awesome. We love you. See you next week. Thank you for hanging out. And let's see if the credits roll.